Hello and welcome to Dice a Dozen, the show where I get to torment my friends and you guys get to watch. Welcome back for episode 4. Everyone say hello.
Hi.
Oh my god, that was a lot.
Whoops. Hi guys. Can
Hi
you tell
everyone.
we're really excited to play today?
That was totally coordinated.
Thank you all for joining us for episode 4. Today I will be your dungeon master. My name is Evan. I'm joined by Revency, who's playing Azur.
Hello, everybody.
Carrot Chomps playing Monarch.
I
Local Vegetable playing Nana Shelley.
Howdy.
And Tux Bodai playing Ward.
Cabbages.
Hey, cabbages are good.
that's a word? Oh, cabbages.
Someone say cabbages?
I said cabbages. Ward said
I-
cabbages.
That's Veggie's thing.
Wait a minute.
Wait
I
a
said cabbages.
minute.
Wait a minute.
Welcome in, everybody. Last week, we got to experience healing Ward as he fell ill. New friendships were formed. Old rivalries were faded away.
One called them old.
Okay, like 2-day-old rivalries faded away.
There you go.
The party has made most of their way toward Cloudburn. It's been about 2 weeks since the Lifebringer Festival. The party of adventurers gather around their campsite as the morning sun rises. It's been a solid 2 weeks of travel, so we're joined by Azur and Shelley cooking their breakfast around the fire, while our friends Ward and Monarch and their new friend Splinter does some morning training. Azur and Shelley, good morning. What are you guys cooking?
I don't know. Azur's has her eyes half closed, not just in the middle of waking up, not really sure what she's making. She's probably burning it again, for all we know. She's terrible at making food.
Yeah, tell you
Shelly
what,
keeps grabbing random plants from the nearby area and just putting them in there.
putting together a little
Shelley.
stew for breakfast. Azur, can you give me a dex check just to see how you screw this one up for us?
Yes, I can. Wow. Here we go. Oh, that's actually a 14.
You made a half decent breakfast. Holy crap. After, about an hour, you and Azur, or you and Shelley sat throwing in some herbs and some meat and things you had laying around, you managed to turn up a half decent stew for breakfast. In the meanwhile, we have Ward and Monarch doing some early morning training with another training dummy Ward has just procured.
I just realized my mic was muted. I'm sorry. Monarch is tentatively looking around the training dummy and observing it this time, trying to look for more decent aiming spots, decent weak points in the dummy, while Splinter is watching to kind of teach Splinter, air quotes, how to handle with these potential foes. Out of character,
Ward's reviewing his notes.
Yeah.
out of character, is there any moral anguish here that Splinter is witnessing us fighting a thatched training dummy?
I mean, you've made Splinter tear his own brother apart, so I don't know how mentally anguished he is by this.
Okay, don't point any fingers at Monarch. All right, he didn't do anything. That was not his charade. Anyways, but thought crisis aside, I'm going. Monarch is going to do a nice, intensive swing on the training dummy. Not too hard, Not trying to.
Hit it as hard as you
out.
can, Monarch.
Well, bam.
Do you hit it as hard as you can? Oh, he's rolling to
I-
hit. An 18? You
I have
miss!
an 18. How? Oh, oh
You
no!
missed the training dummy? Okay, Splinter, let's see it. Show
All
him
right,
up.
yeah. Here, let me roll for Splinter.
I'm gonna get showed up by
2 hit.
Splinter.
Let's see, Splinter. Shit, a 9. Splinter hits.
What?
Yeah, yes. Well done. I was just showing you where not to hit.
That's my boy.
I write down a note. Monarch
Dummy AC
needs
30.
better
Yeah,
aiming.
actually, the dummy has an AC of 30. Good luck.
What? Monarch isn't the most inclined in that, but he can compare numbers.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll the hit for me on the dummy.
Thank you. Actually, no, I'm rolling, but I rolled a 9. Oh my gosh.
You wind up and you get like a decent hit on the dummy's shoulder. Kind of like wobbles back and forth. It seems like Ward has trained a little, or gotten better at making training dummies. They don't seem to be breaking as easily as they used to.
Monarch makes a snarky comment. I didn't expect this one to be so. He taps it sturdy, especially now that you just barely recovered from your little illness. But
Well, I had a lot of time to review my notes. I was very sick, but I learned some new things. Watching you chase around our little friend here.
The review was quite fruitful. Now let's see if you can put that mind to something other than a pile of twigs. And then Monarch's going to just kind of scoot the training dummy aside and stow him by this rock. He's not taking it with him.
You gotta leave the training dummy there, yeah. You tuck the training dummy behind the rock and.
Yeah, and then Monarch's gonna turn back and approach Splinter. He's gonna Monarch's gonna grab his quarterstaff and just kind of extend it down towards Splinter again. Expecting Splinter to crawl on it like he did last time.
Yeah, you hold out the staff sort of as you've done. He just he goes and he just runs right up the staff. You set one end on the ground. He just uses it as a ramp to get up to your arm. And he settles in on your shoulder again.
And then Monarch's gonna stow the quarterstaff. We practiced that pretty well over the span of one night.
It's been a week.
Oh, it's been a week, right? So yeah, we've been practicing that well.
Ward did not just stand up instantly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's been a week. Sorry, I should have been more clear.
We're back.
Yeah, because
okay.
last time was a week after you left. This has been 2 weeks since you left, so it's been another week.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Okay. So, then Monarch's just gonna head over to Ward, just to check up on him and his note finding. Ward.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You feeling like you were well rested now? You think the remains of the illness are over?
Yeah, I'm fine now, but look, I show him a page just covered in notes in the smallest handwriting. When I was sick, I could not write in my normal size. I don't know why, and I can't read this.
Oh. Perhaps if we Monarch's gonna gesture towards grabbing the note from Ward. Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, I hand it to him. I hand him my precious book.
Monarch's gonna hold it up sideways and a little bit higher. Maybe if we kind of hold it this way towards, he's gonna turn around a little bit. He's examining if the document was forged by using it against the light, seeing if the sunlight can make the text more legible. Maybe if we hold it up to the light, can you read it now?
No, that is the smallest text I've ever seen. I don't know how I wrote that.
Can you give me an intelligence check to try and read it, try and decipher it?
Me?
Which
Okay.
one?
Both of you.
Okay, dumb and
Okay.
not dumb. Dumb and dumber. I got a 7.
I got a 10.
Neither of you have any idea. It just
I have-
it looks like scribbles.
I have +6 on my intelligence, by the way.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Monarch's gonna hold the book up to Splinter and kind of.
All right, here, let me do. He's got a -3. Let's see, Splinter. Come on, buddy.
I swear to. I
He
swear.
rolled an 11. He rolled an 11.
No.
I'm so proud.
It's so late.
Oh my boy.
Or-
Splinter,
Common
that high.
Splinter
yeah, you
W.
like hold it up to your shoulder a little bit, and Splinter sort of like narrows his bark eyes, and he's like, tree,
Oh,
tree, 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 tree. He like, looks
Interesting.
over at you. Tree?
I'm
Monarch-
just gonna like nod and like put my hand on my chin. Huh. Okay.
Monarch just hands the book back to Ward, like just sheepishly, like, okay, we guess we can't figure that out.
I'm just gonna close the book and stow it away. Like I'll keep working on that. I don't know what I was in when I was sick.
Yeah, out of character. And before you wrote like the 9th level spell casting of the legend, and now the only person in this realm that knows it is Splinter. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the fire with
Yeah,
Splinter.
yeah,
I can't move Splinter. Can I move Splinter, pretty please?
You don't have permission on this page. Hold on. I know I gave you it on another. Here, let me give you boop. I'll give you and Azur ability to move Splinter. He'll listen to
Oh,
you
we-
two in particular.
We have custody.
Yeah, so you guys like make your way over toward the fire. Zur and Shelly have begun wrapping up their breakfast, dishing out small bowls of what looks like kind of just a chunky herb loaded stew. Fun tasting it. It is
Yeah.
actually kind of nice. It just is kind of like eating soggy leaves, but they taste good, so hard to complain about that.
Mm,
Did I do okay today?
better than Ward, that's for sure.
That's true.
Shelly's been teaching me a little bit, so I thought I would be improving.
This is Shelly's recipe?
Mm-hmm.
Shelly is just like chugging the soup.
Ward shrugs and chugs the soup as well.
Monarch also chugs the soup with Splinter.
Splinter is taking like tiny scoops out with his hand and just splashing it against the bark on his face.
Yeah, I'm actually just pouring it through my. I'm pouring it through my my helmet slit. By the way.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
It's just in the eye holes.
No.
You guys look up and Monarch's face is just like covered in hot liquid and leaves.
Oh dear.
Monarch, can't
He
you,
wipes it
take
off.
That... Yeah. Is the helmet part of your face? Are you not able to just? I've watched you do this for the last like week. Have you? What? Can you just not take it off and eat? Is it part of you? Are you really
Well,
actually a tree?
I can take off the helmet. I just don't see a need to. It's very.
He just
I-
likes to challenge
Are you
himself.
pouring soup through your eye holes?
That's how I
Is your
normally
mouth
eat.
up there?
What?
Is your mouth
No.
up there?
No, it's more of like a tilt back, and it just kind of drips back into the mouth. It's quite efficient actually. You save a lot of energy that could be used for survival, and
Ward just puts his head down and acts like this conversation isn't happening.
Okay. Okay.
yes. So to answer your question, yes, I can remove the helmet. I just deem it unnecessary. It's important to have protection on at all times.
Fair, I guess. All right.
Yeah, Yeah, you guys swallow down breakfast. Some of you either easier than others. Some of you walking out with a face covered in soup, but breakfast is done.
I'm saving some for Splinter.
On your face? Cause
He's on my shoulder. I mean, it's
nasty.
Yeah, after breakfast, the sun has now sort of like fully risen off to the east, lighting up the way. The weather is quite a bit colder from Tamdon when you left. Shelly, you remember this is pretty normal. Cloudburn can get pretty cold depending on the time of year. Based on how long you've been traveling, you're likely within a day or two of Cloudburn at this point.
Home stretch. Let's go.
Home stretch. Yeah, do you guys want to do anything else before getting on the road?
Nothing in particular.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, this has gotten to be a pretty well-oiled machine at this point. Setting up and taking down camp, I mean, you've done it every day for 2 weeks straight now. Each of you go and take down your tents, put out the fire, get your bags packed back up, and set back out on the road. This part of the forest is more decorated and dotted with evergreens than Tamdon is. Tamdon tends to have very, like, warm-colored trees. Many of the trees up here are very dark and tall. Provides a lot of shade on the path, much more than when you were first leaving Tamdon. Large pine trees on either side of the road. After the first few hours of traveling, the road starts to be kind of better kept, rather than the very rocky, like almost trail going through a forest. It starts to level out a bit. Seems like it has been kind of flattened over from regular use. Shelly, you recognize that you are nearing Cloudburn pretty quick. The path outside Cloudburn is pretty heavily used for the surrounding areas from what you remember, though it looks like it has extended way further than you remember. I mean, it's been about 100 years since the last time you went to Cloudburn. You see the occasional small lantern swinging on the side of the road, all of them lit with a simple blue fire. Which, Ward, can I have you do a perception check? Or Arcana?
Yes. Arcana check, you said?
Perception or Arcana, whichever one you want to do.
I'll do Arcana. Ooh, nat 20,
Nat 20.
26.
You
Ooh.
instantly recognize this as the very fire you created.
I'm
Not
gonna
the same
pull
one.
out.
Not the same one, but
Yeah,
the same
Same
magic,
type.
the same sort of
I'm gonna-
eternal flame you've created.
I'm gonna pull out my bottle with the ember of the eternal flame in it. I'm
Yeah.
like looking at it, like just super excited. Guys, they have eternal flame.
They've got my flame.
Guys.
Yeah,
Water
so
stays
you
like clearly feet away, like 3 feet away from that, 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, so you like hold up the bottle of little blue fire you've got next to the lantern. And as you like move it closer, they almost kind of like pull towards each other, almost like they're magnets. You hold the jar up next to it, and you see the flames both in the lantern and the jar kind of like lean toward each other, like they're trying to pull to each other. Yeah, it looks like it is the same sort of enchanted fire that you created.
I love it.
Or were you experimenting in your sleep again?
No, I discovered this on my own independently from this, which means there's others out there like me.
As an insane? Or
No, people experimenting, learning about magic.
that's
gotta
both
find them.
exciting but terrifying?
We have to find them.
There's all sorts
And
of people
how
in
many
Cloudburn.
lanterns are there?
Pretty few and far between at this point. You're at one now. You see another one in the distance, maybe 100 feet ahead, on the other side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelly, what did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, there's lots of different types of people in Cloudburn. I'm sure you'll find someone.
I can't wait. We need to find them. Shelly, you need to introduce me.
How many people are in Cloudburn?
How would I know how big Cloudburn is at this point? Like,
You're not entirely sure. So the last time you visited Cloudburn would have been about 100 years ago. You were already pretty old at that point and just hadn't made your way back up. The last time you visited, there was maybe 100 Fae living in and around Cloudburn, about half the size of Tamdon. And at that point, the Lifebringer hadn't, or the piece of the Lifebringer up there hadn't started to do anything. So as far as you know, it has remained that sort of size, save for the couple Fae that occasionally go to Cloudburn. Every couple years, someone will go join Cloudburn because they want to get away from Tamdon or go see the world elsewhere. So as far as you know, it's not huge. Maybe a little over 100.
gotcha. It's just a bit smaller than where we're from. There's a lot of people.
Oh. Actually, that's okay.
Don't worry,
Ward-
no big crowds.
Ward,
Uh-huh.
remind
At least.
remind me, Ward, what was the conclusion of dousing the eternal flame? Is that even possible?
No. That's why it's called the Eternal Flame. It lasts forever.
Uh-oh, okay.
At least a year long. That's how long I've been alive. And the flame's been up that long.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as you know, the eternal flames can't be smothered or put out in any way.
I tried really hard too.
That's a little terrifying that you can't put it out.
Yeah, so the road continues. As you go, it gets to be even more like well paved. You get to the point where it's almost like perfectly flat. Seems like somebody either just travels on it a lot, or will go and like stamp it down occasionally. The further you get, those lanterns slowly get more and more common. Going from every 100, 200 feet to one every 50 feet. Just closer and closer together. Closer to civilization. After a few hours, we're probably early afternoon at this point. The road has gotten very comfortable to walk on. You get to see the sun directly above, a little to the west now. You guys are heading almost directly north at this point. When something on the road catches your eye. Ahead of you on the road, you notice something laying in the dirt.
Oh.
Along the path.
I'm gonna like run up to it as fast as I can. I'm just
What?
ecstatic because
Ward?
new stuff is making me excited.
Oh,
So I'm
no,
gonna
Ward.
quickly prance up to it and look at what it is.
So
We just got him off.
you run your way toward the figure in the road, and when you near it, you sort of like slow down and you sort of like slide to a halt. In front of you is the body of an elk, a great beast of the forest that lies dead on the path in front of you. You can see the dried blood around it in the dirt and the grass. It seems like it has been laying there for a while.
I'm gonna kind of
Ward?
crouch down with my horse half and take a closer look and
Yeah.
Alright,
my
just-
fingers at the blood.
Can you
smell
give
it.
me like a nature or a medicine check?
Yeah, I'll do a nature check. Ooh, 23.
So
Holy
you
crap.
look at it, and from what you've seen from rotting trees and plants, you get the sense that this body has been rotting for a week, maybe. You see a lot of the flesh has been rotting away. You see bugs along its skin. In a few places, you start to see something like white and solid underneath. You can notice the arrow lodged in the elk's neck, where it must have been killed.
Yeah. Ooh.
The head, however, seems to have decayed the most. Ward, can you give me an investigation check, please?
Yes. 26, not 20.
That's 2 this session. That's
Bro,
2 this session,
That's
Ward.
2 nat 20s, and then my last roll was like a high roll, and then I have +6 on
Lord.
nature. So
Uh,
I'm a high intelligence character.
Good lord. So you, like, put your hands to the blood. It seems perfectly dry, and you, like, run your hands along the body around, like, where it was shot by the arrow. And you get up to its head. It seems to be pretty heavily decayed at this point. Most of the skin on the head has begun to rot
And
away.
I've never seen something like this before, right?
No. But you notice sort of the detailing on the head of the elk. And you realize that the shape is it's something familiar. It's the same shape of your helmet.
The skull on my
Ooh.
head.
The skull on your head. You notice the indentation along the nose, the hollow sunken eyes, the way it connects to the horns of the elk. From what you can
Wow.
see, the helmet you wear every day is the skull of an elk.
Just gonna put my hand on my hat, and then also on the dead elk, making the realization that I've been wearing the rotting, decaying remains of something.
Ward,
Oh,
What
Um,
is
why
it?
does that? Why does that look like your helmet?
I don't know.
Shelly and Ward, as you guys remember, Ward left the Lifebringer wearing it already. He
Oh.
came to Tamdon with the helmet.
Well,
I've always
isn't that
had this.
interesting?
As long as I've known you, yes. But how did they? Was this worn by the creature that passed, or do you think it's part of it?
I don't know. My whole life, I've always had this. People were scared of me for it. Nobody ever knew what it was. It's never been seen before. But now, for the first time ever, there's another one. And it's inside of this creature.
that's
Hmm.
Can I make a cursory glance? Are we being watched or followed? Or
Give me an
stalked?
investigation or a perception check, whichever one you want to do.
Both are gonna suck, so I choose investigation. That's a 13.
So you like glance around, you investigate your surroundings, you look around the trail. You don't notice anyone watching you, but looking down, you see tracks in the dirt around the elk. You see what seem to be like cloven hooves that look a bit different than Ward's. Ward's are all rounded one piece. The hooves you're seeing are split. You see some of the footsteps. You see something leading off toward the woods, a little to the west of where you're going.
Well, do we want to figure out how this came to be? And Monarch's going to gesture to the path.
I'm just still silently, like, just kind of staring at it, just thinking. I can't even write right now.
I'm going to just walk a little bit west, a few feet or so from the
Mhm.
party, just to see if there's any more clues with Splinter as well.
Yeah. So give me another investigation check.
Okay. A 3.
Yeah, you step off the path and you like look over some of the brush into the woods and you look around. You've got nothing. You have no idea. Past like the edge of the tree line, you just see no indication of a path.
Well, then perhaps it's best we just keep moving then. Are you good, Ward? You well?
I'll be fine. Just give me a moment. I pull out my notepad and the blood that I had gotten on my finger, I put it on the page as I start to sketch out this creature and write down things about it.
Hmm.
As I finish up my drawing, I'm gonna close the book as I usually do, put it in my pack. I'm ready.
All right. Monarch's gonna lead the way now.
Okay.
With Shelly still guiding.
Yep. Yeah, can we get a marching order going forward?
Shelly will keep like leading, but she's gonna be a little bit slower and hesitant now because that's I put her on edge.
Yeah. How does this
Yeah.
marching order sound? How does this look?
Put Ward in the
That's
back.
good.
Ward in the
Oh.
back.
In the
Yeah, I
back.
think that's good.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys keep going down the path. A little shaken. You guys, looking over your shoulders, looking off into the woods, keeping an eye out. You don't see
Can-
anything. Mhm.
Can Azur put out like a hand to Ward, just like without really thinking about it? She's like, "Do you need me to hold your hand while we go?"
Ward shakes
Yeah,
his
that
head.
was- Okay.
He's never had a motherly figure in his life, so.
Oh,
The only motherly figure we had instead.
Too cool for
I'm
mom.
too cool for moms. Too cool for moms.
okay. No worries.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of lead with Shelly guiding Monarch, with very much high caution, alert even. Shelly,
Yes.
these dwellers of Cloudburn is where we're heading to. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they known for aggressive behavior?
Not necessarily. I mean, some of them I'm sure are still training like basic combat, but that's just to protect the second Lifebringer. Nothing.
Right.
They're not. They're like us. They're from where we're from. They're all very calm and nice, as far as I'm aware.
Right. And do you still think the second Lifebringer is around, untampered with?
I would assume so. I mean, they haven't sent back like any indication otherwise.
Hmm. Okay. We'll have to continue investigating then.
I'm sure it's nothing. Maybe someone. I don't know. They just forgot it. It's fine. I'm sure it's nothing to do with Cloudburn.
Yeah, I was just kind of hoping that the closer we got to the second Lifebringer, the less of this situation we would see. The whole not coming back thing.
Hmm. Me too.
We're walking and talking at this point, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, so the road continues on. The sun has gone a little more down in the sky. It's now like early mid-dusk at this point. The sky overhead is tinged with a dark red, very reminiscent of the blood you guys have been seeing. As the road progresses, you eventually. What is everyone's passive perception?
Ooh,
12.
10.
Uh, A silly question. What does passive perception mean? Oh wait, never mind. I see it's 12.
Yep. Okay. It's how attentive you are at a passive level without actively searching. Here, let me. So, as you guys are walking, you. Who has the highest passive perception? Probably
I got 10.
you guys
I
with
know
12.
mine's
So
a
Shelly,
12, yeah.
Shelly and Azur, as you guys are walking, both of your ears sort of like perk up, and you glance off to your left. You hear like a quick rustle in the bushes, but as quickly as you heard it, you just hear nothing.
Shelly's slowing down even more. She's like so slow right now. You don't even understand.
Azur, you just like instantly bump into the back of Shelly. Ward, you just instantly bump into Azur, and just sort of all three of you like walk right into each other. As Azur and Shelly stop to look.
Hello?
Sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you there. Did you hear?
Hello? Is anyone out there?
Everything all right?
Hello.
One second. Shelly's gonna go rustle through the bushes.
Azur's gonna follow her and do the same.
Guys.
Yeah, so you guys like step off toward the tree line to go like rustle in the bushes. Ward and Monarch kind of watch very carefully from the back. And as you like step toward the tree line, suddenly you see two gray like tufts poking up from one of the bushes. Kind of like a dark gray. And as you approach Shelly, the two like fluffy masses lift up slowly, and you see not a familiar face, but a familiar-ish face. Before you, you see a Harengon. He's got shorter, kind of like cropped ears. His eyes feel kind of they're harsh. Like they're looking at you with kind of this blazing intensity that is very reminiscent of someone. His fur is a very dark gray, and it kind of blends perfectly in with the shadows of the forest, but you see like a small streak of sunlight hit it, and it kind of reflects in a very beautiful way. On him, he wears just kind of a simple robe, and strapped along his back, you see the hilts of two blades. He fully stands up before you. He's a little shorter, probably 5 foot. And you see him looking very serious momentarily. And then his eyes kind of lighten and they relax. Auntie Shelly?
Oh.
Do I remember this creature's name?
Give me a history check.
Okay, let me find history.
Nana Shelly's been around for a while.
That's an 11?
Before you see a Harengon, but you recognize some facial features that are familiar. You see the same color eyes, the same very amber color. You see the same gray fur. You see the same sort of cheeky smile. This is Owen's son.
What?
When you met him last, he was a toddler, maybe 10 years old at the time. And for a Harengon, he was quite young. You remember him being maybe a foot tall and trying to fight you with like a wooden sword. But now before you is a big, burly man. He's wielding. He's got the two swords on his back. He seems shocked to see you.
Do I remember his name?
His name is Olwen.
Olwen? Aw.
Olwen Lightfoot.
Shelly's eyes light up. She's like, little Olwen? Why, you've grown up so much. Hello.
He, after a moment, he like shakes out of it. He's just, hi. It's okay, guys. And from the shadows behind him, you see coming from some of the tree line, you see a satyr with shorter hair, a few tufts of like facial hair, no weapons, but they've got a pan flute taped around their waist, and they have a lute strapped to their back. Much like Olwyn, they're wearing very simple robes. And then to their left, you see a halfling step out of the trees. A short, pudgy man with graying hair and kind of a thinning beard. He steps out of the trees with a mace strapped to his side and a shield on his arm, ready to go. And the three of them kind of like stare at you.
Monarch readies their shield into like a startled patter, like, oh, where'd you come from?
The two that like emerge from the shadows behind you, or behind Olwyn, like stare at this group of people kind of harshly, and then Olwyn, after a moment of just surprise, sort of like jumps forward, jumps over one of the bushes, and just half tackles Shelly in a hug. Oh, it's good to see you! Oh, it's been so long.
I'm sorry. It's been a while.
Monarch slowly reaches for their hammer, and then Ward stops, like, puts his hand down.
No, wait.
Shelly,
Are you okay? What are you doing out here? What?
After a moment of peace and happiness, at your question, his face kind of flattens and hardens again. We are hunting.
Oh? For whatever for? What?
Valinor is back.
What?
Oh,
Shelly's face sinks. Like,
who's that?
Oops.
what do you mean? What do you mean he's back?
He's been attacking for years now.
What?
Last 20 years or so, he's been trying to take back the Lifebringer.
Why haven't we heard anything? What?
We couldn't send messages. All of our travelers were being taken.
Oh my!
We haven't gotten a
is?
single message out. I hoped someone would come eventually, but no one did.
Oh no!
Listen, we are on a bit of a time-sensitive mission. I am thrilled to see you, Shelly. I don't know if you are in fighting condition, but either we can have you continue on the path to Cloudburn, and I'll meet you there. If you want to help, we are closing in on a hunter pack.
Oh, I want to help as much as I can. She looks back at the party, like, to see what they think.
Yeah.
This is Owen. He's practically family, and if Balinor's back, we gotta help him, guys. Can't...
Look,
Context. I know nothing of what you're talking about.
Would Ward or Monarch know anything about Balinor, by the way, or
Ward
would that
very
be like
vaguely, but I mean, again, Ward's been here for
Isolated.
a year, and very
That's fair, that's
isolated,
fair.
so maybe in an off
He got bullied
comment,
out of town.
but Balinor as a concept is kind of taboo. Most of the elders don't
gotcha.
like discussions of Balinor. People don't talk about him ever. I mean, only the people that were around in the first 100 years of Tamdon even know the name, or were around for that, and since then, very few people were told.
All right.
From
So
what
sh-
you remember, Shelley, you and Owen fought Balinor at the branch of the Lifebringer that he had stolen. And when he was too wounded to fight, he ran back off into the woods. And in the 400 years since you've visited Cloudburn, or the 100 years since you visited Cloudburn, in that period of time, there was never any mention, citing anything of Balinor.
right. Okay. Shelly like sighs and turns to like face everyone. She's like, "Listen, hundreds of years ago at this point, there was someone who he showed up to the Lifebringer, or well, he came out of the Lifebringer more, but he disagreed with how we did things, and he wanted a more violent way of life, and we disagreed, obviously, and he took part of the Lifebringer. That's what started Cloudburn. He took it and ran, and me and Owen, and she gestures to Owen, and his father, we went after him, and we got him to leave. We got the part of the Lifebringer back, but it was still like detached, so we built a new, well, Owen helped build a new town, Cloudburn, around it, and helped it grow. That's why we're actually coming here, is because they have part of the Lifebringer. Maybe they'll know how to help us fix it. But if
Right.
Balinor is back, he said, oh, he said that this wasn't over. I should have expected it, but it'd been hundreds of years. I thought, oh,
So wait, are there only two Lifebringers?
yes, functionally one.
There's one functional. The branch in Cloudburn was stolen and planted, and it took root, and that's where Cloudburn was grown, or became a city. But last Shelley saw, it had not been functional.
Interesting.
Oh,
So-
this is a lot to understand.
I'm
So-
so sorry.
So do you think we're able to fix the Lifebringer if we take the branch back?
I don't know. I was hoping they would, but it sounds like they have their own problems they're facing right now with Balinor, and I can't help but wonder if maybe Balinor's behind what happened with the ceremony. Maybe, I don't know.
That's a likely assumption. Do you think so if we deal with Balinor, we could then try to fix our Lifebringer? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's
Uh,
my thought.
Olwen kind of interjects. I don't think they're related, but Owen, you'll want to see Owen. Again, if you guys need to get there, or not in fighting shape, we can handle this. But if you continue down this path, you can get straight to Cloudburn. You'll be there in a day. Otherwise,
Well-
if you want to come with or wait for us, we can escort you there.
We should at least try to stop this Balinor. Yes, it'd be fruitless for us to fix our Lifebringer and does Balinor bring jeopardy to it again? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What do you think, Ward?
Ward's just still kind of traumatized from the thing before and has just been silently taking notes about this
Aw.
conversation.
Right. Okay.
I want to talk to Valinor.
You want to
Oh,
talk
oh.
to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, good luck with that. I tried that as well.
It might be crazy, but Ward does have a point. Sometimes bad things can give us good answers. Ergo, Eternal Flame. So we could maybe even find a solution to our problem if Balinor accidentally helps us out. Yes?
Shelly nods.
So we
Um,
have your help.
Sh-
Olwen kind of like looks at you hopefully. At this closer angle, you can see his face is pretty heavily scarred.
Oh.
You see his ears seem to have been cropped short. It seems like he's been fighting for a long time.
Shelly looks back at everyone again to like I guess affirm that they want to.
Is there like silently nods? Sure. Fine.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll help you.
That is great news. Thank you. I should probably introduce you. Guys, come here. And he like kind of gestures behind him. The satyr and the halfling take a few steps forward. Olwen gestures toward the satyr first. Shelly, this is Ash, my partner.
Oh, hello, Ash.
This is my aunt. Kind of. And he kind of like looks back at her, half laughing. Shelly,
Call me
this
Nana
is-
Shelly.
Shelly, this is Ash. They are actually a natural-born satyr.
Oh wow.
They didn't come from the Lifebringer. They've been here with us the last 50 years or so.
Natural born, huh?
And then he gestures to the other side, where the halfling stands. His face is really kind of gruff and serious. This is Willow. He is our cleric.
It's nice to meet you.
He heals us when we are injured. We didn't really need that before, but I'm sure you guys have noticed.
Definitely needing it now, yes.
Yes, yeah. We've been relying on.
We have been tracking a party of hunters. They've been attacking the wildlife outside of Cloudburn and seem to have been the primary source of the attacks on people traveling the roads. We have their camp narrowed down, and we were going to sneak in there and attack them before dawn, before sunset.
And it's just you three?
Trust me, we are more than equipped, but the help will be
Shelly has that like
appreciated.
worried grandma look that like when you grandma looks at kids.
Shelly, I am much better with a sword now than I was.
I don't know. I'm sure you are. She pats him on the head.
Okay. Well, if we're going, we need to go now
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
before
Party
sunset.
wildlife is something I heavily disagree with, so I guess there's my moral standpoint.
Something we can agree on. And he like gestures back toward the woods. Come on, we are probably a mile away. And he starts leading you guys through the woods, leading you off the path. The trees are pretty dense in this part of the woods. Pretty heavily covered. A couple times you kind of lose him in the shadows. Till eventually, as the sun has gotten closer to setting, you reach a campsite. You see before you, here, let me get you all up here. Before you, you see a crowd of a few.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
You see. Get everyone on the right token. There we go. So, Olwen has sort of like led the path. I assume, Shelly, you are right on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, roll 20, please. Ash takes a few of you off to the side to get kind of like a better field of attack down this way, while Willow gears up with Olwen. As you guys look into the camp, you see some hammocks and tents scattered throughout the camp. You see what looks like bones and pelts and furs from different animals. Off in the distance, you see some banners with this sort of like crimson red fabric. But most hauntingly, on the banner, you see a depiction of a satyr in sort of a spread eagle pattern who appears to have been flayed.
Oh.
In the center of the camp, you see 4 fae. You see a satyr whose horns are these like crazy, gnarled, twisted things on top of his head. You see a red cap with his giant like scythe hanging down. You see a quickling, much like Eloin, Veggie, or Shelly. This quickling's feathers were a bit lighter, a lighter blue. And then you see a sprite on the other side of the fire. You see they're all drinking some kind of like red juice from some mugs. They seem to be kind of happy and jovial. They're laughing and drinking. They seem a bit sluggish and kind of clumsy. Spilling a little too much of the liquid from their mugs. And roasting over the fire, you see an ox, a giant ox being roasted on a spit above the fire.
Oh, wow.
The red cap like sets down his mug and just he like claws into the ox and he like rips out a big chunk of just flesh, kind of wolfs it.
Ew.
As you guys are watching, you guys see you start to notice some of their features. Their teeth seem to be like elongated and almost fang-like. Their faces are harsh and angry, but they also seem kind of sloppy from whatever it is, from whatever they're drinking, whatever they're eating. Music stops skipping. But with that, I would like everybody to roll me initiative at advantage, please.
Yippee!
Oh, shoot!
Okay.
How do I roll initiative with advantage? What?
Roll it twice and give me the better number.
Oh,
A
slay.
16, dog.
9 on ward.
You got a 16.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta roll a lot of initiatives here.
20.
We love
Oh,
Ooh.
Why is my music skipping?
it's a dirty 20. Let's go.
Dirty 20. Let's go.
Dirty 20, let's go. Okay. What is everyone's roll, please? What did everyone get?
9 on ward.
16.
16. Ward,
16.
what'd you get?
9.
9. Monarch, you got 16.
A 16.
Did you roll at initiative?
I got
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I got a 12 on Dex.
Okay.
Wait, Ezra, what's your Dex?
What do you mean?
What's your dexterity score? The number below your...
Oh, 14.
Okay, so you go first.
Yeah,
'cause
so
we
Azur's
both
first.
on-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. With that,
Yeah, Shelly goes first.
Shelly, it is your turn.
Okay.
As you guys are like preparing, Olwen like does a little hand signal over to Ash with the other half. He looks behind you and like gives you a thumbs up. Shelly, you are just gung ho and ready to jump in. What are we doing?
Going ahead and entering rage.
Okay.
And I want to wait. Can I even like get to any of them from here?
I don't know if you're within 30 feet. You could get to the satyr.
I'm gonna run up to the satyr then.
Yeah, you can get to the satyr. So you like Olwen does his little hand signal, and you just instantly yell, and your arms sort of elongate into the same bestial form you have, and just sprint past him, pulling out your great axe as you run in. What are we doing to the satyr?
I'm gonna swing, just swing my claws at him.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Wait. That'll be a 15.
A 15 is gonna hit. Roll for damage for me.
That'll be a 7.
7, sick. Azur, it is your turn. What are we doing?
Okay.
Azur, you just see a massive turtle running into the battlefield in front of you before anyone else.
Okay. Kind of in shock, but also just absolutely disgusted. Azur's like kind of going through her mind what she should do, and settles on a spell called Moonbeam. That is.
Yes.
I gotta make sure I'm not gonna hit Shelly in this, so I'm gonna just.
She'll be fine.
Oh,
No,
don't.
she won't.
She'll dodge it. I'm joking.
Okay.
Oh, the freaking. It's fine. Okay, it is going. I'm gonna center it like right. I'm gonna just draw on the map. Like here, like right where. Yeah, that's a good spot. Hit
so it is a 5-foot
two.
radius. Aiming for those two. Okay, yeah. So it'll be like right there. We'll get them both.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so you like run out of the tree line. You whisper a quick prayer to the moon, and you just see this like shining beam of light come straight from the sky. This sort of like shimmering pillar of light crashing down on both of them.
Oh, great heavens.
And then their damage is at the beginning of their turn, or is it your turn?
Well,
Beginning of their turn, I
the
believe,
safer is a constitution of 12, so they both need to roll.
Well, I believe it's
think.
at the beginning of their turn. Is when they take damage.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is there anything else we're doing, Azur?
She's just kind of going to. Oh, my computer lagged. Whoa. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of step out of the tree line a little bit, just right there.
Okay.
And that should be it. That's all I can really do.
Okay. Monarch, it is your turn. Or actually,
Monarch is like,
yeah, it's your turn.
Monarch's like taken back from the moonbeam, and then he gathers himself and he like looks towards Ward and the satyr, like, wait, which one's Balinor again?
Neither? None of them?
Oh, so it's okay if I break them all.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, Monarch's gonna run towards. Oh wait, Monarch can't run towards because Monarch's slow. No. You know what? Monarch is going
Best
to.
decision I have ever made when creating a character.
I'm going to move over here. Monarch's gonna move over here and get into range. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna take the dodge action. Yeah.
Okay.
Take the dodge action.
As you guys are all running in, Olwen comes sprinting past you, Azur, and comes sprinting straight for this red cap. And he comes running in. As he runs in, he's pulling his, which you can see more clearly now, 2 scimitars off of his back, running directly in at the red cap, who is like covering his eyes, trying to shield himself from the moonbeam going down upon him. And he's just going to go in and slash, and he nat 20'd. Right off the bat. Okay. And then not one. Oh my god. Okay. Well, sure. He runs in, pulling his 2 scimitars out, slashing twice across the red cap, landing one really solid blow across his arm. And while that is happening, you see Willow the satyr come sprinting in through the gate over that way, and they are going to cast Earth Tremor. That's never mind. That's like range of 10 feet.
For intents and purposes, before Monarch ran in, he put Splinter on the ground and he just goes, "Stay," and then he runs into the fight.
As y'all are running in, the Ash pulls out their pan flute and plays just like this really horrendous series of notes, seemingly directed at the satyr, the other satyr. Let me roll a wisdom save. Yep, that's gonna hurt. Okay. And casts Vicious Mockery on the satyr. The satyr like clutches his head and then like winces in pain. And then it is Splinter's turn. Splinter, Ward, or Monarch. Splinter just instantly runs in right past you.
No!
Extending his claws, and he's just smash.
My baby boy.
My son. No.
Oh.
And he's just going in there slashing at the satyr, and that's a 17.
What?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
3 piercing damage. And just like clawing at this satyr's legs.
He's kind of the goat.
No, he is. And with that, finally, we are... Ward, it's your turn.
Woo!
Holy fish paste.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna move to get a better angle and hit the guy that Splinter just hit, assisting my baby boy.
Assist the baby boy.
With Firebolt.
Yeah, are you within range? Yeah, you are. Yeah, roll the hit.
Firebolt is 120 feet range.
Yeah.
10.
A 10 does not hit.
No! Okay. That's my turn.
It's a simple wax on, wax off. Firebolt on, firebolt off.
Okay. And then that brings us to Ash, the cleric. Ash is going to run in, getting some a good line of sight over this way, pulling out a light crossbow from his pack, aiming it at the red cap. And that's a 9, and he just completely misses. Cool. Top of the turn, our Quickling actually nat 20'd with initiative.
Oh.
The Quickling sees you all running in, and like as you're already getting there, she's pulling out her daggers. And she just sprints toward you, Monarch, as you're running up. Monarch.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 26 hit?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Holy crap.
Does a 22 hit?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And does a 15 hit?
Mm-mm. It does not.
Yeah, so the quickling, as she like sprints over to you with wicked speed, is pulling out 2 daggers, and slashing across your legs. She's maybe 2 feet tall, but she's definitely right in range to like slash at your knees. That is going to be 16 piercing damage.
Holy cow! Okay. Ow!
Yes.
Wait. Oh, it's too late. I forgot the trigger. It's okay. I forgot the trigger. Dodge action.
Oh yeah, you did have dodge. Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I
it's
forgot
fine.
to trigger it.
I'll give it to you for free next turn. Don't worry.
Hi.
Sure, why not?
I should
Okay.
work my character.
And then the sprite backs up, pulling out a small bow off of its back. Kind of like flies up a few feet into the air, pulling out its bow, and it is going to shoot at Olwyn, who has an AC of 16. It does not hit. Okay. Shelly, it is your turn.
All right.
Oh
Ooh,
god.
I wanna use I wanna bite the same
You're
fellow.
gonna bite the satyr. Okay.
Yeah.
Snapping turtle.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah, roll to hit.
That'll be a 25.
Oh
I
my
got
god.
20.
Roll for damage.
Oh my gosh. That is 13.
Well, so you after like a solid slash and everyone is just hitting this guy. He's like covering his eyes, like wincing in pain through all the hits. You like open up your jaw and it kind of unhinges way wider than normal, and your beak, your mouth kind of elongates into almost like a beak, a snapping turtle mouth, and you just like lunge forward and clamp down on the guy's arm, and he like pretty much instantly collapses. It seems you have pierced his heart. And he just collapses from the bite. And he's dead. This guy's he's already dead.
Oh my gosh.
You've murdered him instantly.
Oh.
Shelly, anything else you want to do?
Nothing in particular. She just like stands there for a moment, just like heavily, like just like that. You know that growling breathing thing that
you
like
have
creatures
just taken
do.
your first life. Yeah.
She's pissed.
Yeah. Okay. Azur, it is your turn.
Oh
Moody
my
procs.
gosh.
Hey, the satyr's
Azur
dead.
is-
The satyr's dead.
Yeah. Azur is immediately terrified.
Good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And I need to make sure how far away this fairy is. Oh, that's a radius. Whoops, that's not a line. Whoop. Okay, I can make it. She's going to, still incredibly pissed off, cast Thorn Whip. At, this is a fairy, right?
That
Just-
is a sprite.
Yeah, same thing. She's gonna cast, Thorn Whip at the sprite.
I mean, so not quite. Sprites are tiny. They're like minuscule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like fairies are like 2 feet tall. A sprite's like a couple inches.
Gotcha. Oh man. Well, she's still gonna try and do that. Kind of with good precision. Let's see. I'm gonna roll the hit. Does a 15 hit?
Oh, a 15 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. Woohoo. That is a 3.
How do you want to do this?
What?
No.
Sprites also have 2 health.
Glass cannons.
Wow, did not know that. Holy crap. Azur just I don't know how she does this. That's the thing. In a fit of rage,
yeah.
she pulls a vine out of the ground and just hurls it towards the sprite, a little more intense than she was really planning on it. Just seeing the scene around her, she is pissed. Just in an attempt to pull the sprite towards her, instead kills the sprite in the process. And Azur is terrified again. She lets go of the thorn whip and takes a step back. That's going to be the end of her turn, actually.
Yeah, so like the sprite you grab just instantly falls limp and falls to the ground. And that is going to bring us to Monarch's turn.
Yeah, so Monarch, just gets triple stabbed from this guy, and he's gonna like reel back for a moment and then almost drop his hammer, pick it back up, and just breathe in. Use his healing hands pool to heal all the damage he just took back. Actually, we're gonna do 14. We're gonna do a little 14.
Okay,
keep one in the tank.
Yeah.
And then as he heals back, he's going to then like pound his chest and cast Shield of Faith, and then just stare daggers at the what do they call it? Quickling?
A quickling.
Yeah, just stare daggers at the quickling and say, "Try again."
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes, I'm also trying to distract him from not attacking.
Yeah.
Mistaken. Yeah.
Owen like looks over at you, Shelly. Jesus, you are okay. And he's just gonna keep slashing at the red cap. And that's a 14 and a 15. That's 2 hits. So Olwyn keeps slashing at the red cap and does another 15 slashing damage. And then Willow, the satyr, is going to take another few steps forward. And they're going to cast Earth Tremor on the Quickling in a 10-foot radius. So like that big, vaguely.
Okay.
And they play another like strong, really kind of all over the place dissonant chord from their pan flute, and the earth in front of you, Monarch, just starts like shaking and vibrating. The Quickling like loses balance. Dex save 13. Okay. Okay, they save. Quickling seems to be like on steady feet. They're like jumping around, trying to avoid too much of the staggering. Okay, and then it is Splinter's turn. Splinter like sees this satyr die in front of it, and then just instantly turns around and goes for the Quickling. And he's just gonna slash, and that is a 6.
Let's go.
He just like slashes at the Quickling, and the Quickling like looks over and just like leans to the side. Apologize for the music buffering. I don't know why that keeps pausing. I need to fix that. Oh, come on. And now it is the red cap's turn. He is going to it's a con save, right? Is there?
What? Oh,
It's a con save
yes.
for Moonbeam? Okay.
It is a Constitution save of 12.
And he fails.
Oh boy.
What is the damage on that?
I have to roll actually.
Okay.
So let's
Yeah, roll
find
for
out.
damage.
It's a 2d10, my friends.
Ooh.
That's 12 damage.
Yeah, so he like recoils, seems to like have some of his skin singeing from the heat.
Oh.
But he seems to be okay, and he actually is just going to turn and run away from Olwen.
Oh, and get that opportunity.
Yeah, Olwen's going to roll for an opportunity attack.
Come on, Olwen.
And whiffs. Okay, Olwen. The red cap actually like deflects a slash from Olwen and then runs through the moonbeam toward you, Shelly, seeing you just basically rip his friend in half.
Whoops.
And he
Oops.
just slashes at you with his sickle. Does a 23 hit?
Quick question. Does going into rage affect anything?
You get resistance.
Okay, never
So
mind.
you
then.
gain resistance to certain damage types.
Okay, so you said a 23?
23, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then does another 23 hit? Yes. And then does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So he like runs at you, like brandishing his sickle as he runs towards, and he makes 3 really grand slashes across you. One across each of your legs, and then he gets another good one like across your chest. And that is going to be 30 slashing damage.
What?
Oh.
What?
What?
You do
Oh my
have
God.
you have resistance to slashing when you're in rage, though.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like it'll be 15. You take half damage.
Oh, okay. Still, that's like half my.
And you like you wince as he like runs towards you and slashes across you a couple times, and you look around and you just see this wicked evil grin across his face. He seems bloodied and burned from the moonbeam, but he is loving every second of this. And that is going to be the end of his turn, which brings us to Ward. What are we doing?
How small is a quickling?
Like 2 feet.
2 feet?
Yeah.
Damn.
Short,
Okay.
but not like tiny.
Okay. I am going to charge. I'm gonna run to right next to Monarch. Right
Okay.
here. Which is 35 feet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it with my quarterstaff.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
And
Flanking?
because I moved 30 feet, I'm gonna also bonus action to attack it
Ooh,
with my
okay.
hooves.
Okay. Roll to hit for both.
What was that, Tyler?
I think you get flanking, right? Does Splinter count as an enemy?
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, you'll get flanking.
Advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage on both those attacks.
Yeah.
Sweet. So there's 13. Does 13 hit?
On the quickling, a 13 does not hit.
Okay. And now we do the hooves.
Yeah, roll to hit.
11.
11 does
Oh.
not hit. You like run forward, brandishing out your quarterstaff. You like go to smack it, and it kind of faster than you can blink sidesteps the attack. And you go to kick it, and it just again kind of quickly appears on the opposite side of your staff.
What the heck?
Anything else you want to do, Ward?
No, that was my action and my bonus action.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
Okay. And then that's gonna cycle us over to Ash, who is going to cast a spell. Ash is gonna run forward. How close? Where are they? They're going to run toward you, Shelly.
Oh, what?
Actually, no. They are going to use Bless.
Oh.
Ash lowers his crossbow and he grabs from under his cloak a small amulet. You don't really get a good line of sight, and he whispers a few words into it, and it kind of glows with this golden radiance. And he's going to cast Bless on you, Shelly.
Huh? Oh wait, I forgot who was doing what. Never mind. Continue.
He's going to cast Bless on you, on Olwyn, and on... Who else is even near? Azur.
Yay!
So with Bless, you got, whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you can just roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or to a saving throw.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
Awesome.
until the spell ends, you can just roll a d4 and add it to attack rolls or saving throws.
Oh boy. Okay.
And
Awesome.
that is going to end Ash's turn, which cycles us back to the Quickling, who is just going to brandish both daggers and do this big 360 spin, and make a slashing attack at Splinter, Monarch, and Ward.
Hey, Link from Legend of Zelda.
Monarch does a dirty 20 hit. What is dash?
It does
do?
not.
Yeah, what does the dodge action do again?
It gives the attacker disadvantage on the attack.
Then let me roll again. Which, I mean, if a 20 doesn't hit, then... Wait, a 20... Oh, yeah, you have Shield of Faith. Okay. And then Ward does a 15 hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Splinter
No.
does a 13
No.
hit. A 13 does
No.
hit. Okay.
No. No.
Monarch or Ward, that's going to
No.
be 7 slashing damage.
Oh.
And 9 damage on Splinter.
No.
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 He does this
No.
big 360 slash, glances off your armor. Ward, you have a big gash open across both your front legs. And then at the end, a little flourish cuts Splinter. All you see
No.
is a large chunk of bark kind of splinter off, and Splinter falls flat on the ground.
No.
Oh no.
And that is gonna end the Quickling's turn. That sprite's dead. Shelly, what are we doing?
Who's is it just the Quickling that's left?
It is the Quickling, the red cap that is actively attacking you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just the Quickling and the
Yeah.
red cap.
Well then, I'll guess I'll go after the red cap. I'm gonna swing around and swing my claws at him.
Your quaws.
My claws. That's a 22. I'm not even gonna roll the d4 because I think that works. Evan? Hello?
Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
The
Wait.
DM exploded.
the DM exploded. Right.
Splinter died. So did the DM.
No!
Yeah, so actually, guys, I'm the DM now. I'm gonna retcon that on Splinter's death, and then.
So
Anyways.
sorry. Hey, who says Splinter's dead? You haven't finished
Oh,
combat
I'm
yet.
dead. Okay, hi.
Finish
No,
combat
he just fell
first.
over.
Finish combat before you find out if he's dead. How about that?
Uh,
That's rude.
Okay,
Anyways,
You're
I
okay.
slashed at him and
Yeah,
got
a
a
22
22
hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
That is an 8.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Dang.
I wanna, okay, wait, isn't he the one who's behind me?
Yes, yeah, that red
Yeah.
cap.
I want to just like, just as I'm turning around, just like swing at him. I'm not very good at describing actions, but I just like, yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so he like had just run up and slashed at you a couple times. You feel the warm blood start to trickle out of like 3 different parts. And just in your rage, you quickly just turn around, bringing your claw up above your head, and you like channel all of that rage and anger into your claw, and it kind of like grows and doubles in size again. And you just boom and basically grab him by the head and like slam him into the dirt. You like lift your hand away, and he's just still and unmoving. Anything else you want to do, Shelly?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Just gonna glare at him in the ground.
All that's left now is that Quickling. Azur.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Seeing that Splinter is on the ground. She was standing still, her like looking down at her hands, just shaking. But in the corner of her eye, she saw Splinter literally fall to the ground, and in a motherly instinct, without even thinking, bolts it over to where Splinter is. Thankfully, she has the speed for this, so it's fine. Just go there.
Yeah,
and
you
there.
actually, yeah, you can just run straight through. Actually,
I can, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that Satyr's dead. You can run over him. You can jump over.
Okay. And she's going to. Is she able to pick Splinter up? Like, is that an option that I have?
Yeah,
to,
you
like,
could,
hold,
you could
hold
pick
my
you
boy?
you could pick him up if you wanted to. That I'd say will take a. I'll say that'll take a bonus action to pick him up.
Okay, and then I'm gonna cast
Heal him.
Healing Word as a second level spell.
Oh my god. Okay.
Rest in peace, my second level spell slots. But she's gonna whisper something under her voice and heal Splinter for 9 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Every damage that just happened to him. So you like run over, you leap over the dead satyr, and you like go and you like slide on your knees and you pick up Splinter, who has been split in half.
Oh, jeez.
You see him like roll over and he's Azur.
Oh my gosh!
You like rest your hand on him and you close your eyes and you, in the very quick panicked words, you say a few words. And underneath you feel the bark start to grow, and when you lift your hand away, you see new roots growing, connecting the 2 pieces that had been cut in half. He's not perfect yet, but you see the roots start to like reconnect and grow him back together.
Oh my gosh.
He like settles in and like closes his eyes, but he seems to be okay. As okay as he can.
You know, like
for
how
being
like a
cut in
mother.
half.
You know, like how like a mother holds their baby when they're like trying to like burp them in a way. You know, like the old, like that's exactly like what Azur does.
You like hold him up against your chest with one arm, and you still feel the roots kind of like growing and connecting back together under your hand. Anything else we want to do, Azur?
Seeing that is both her bonus action, her speed,
fair.
and her action, I'll take it up. I see literally nothing else that I could do.
Well, Monarch, what are we doing?
Yeah, so the swipe from the Quickling like grazes Monarch's helmet, and he like gets hit to the side and looks to the left. But he looks back like unfazed. He brushes himself off, dissipating his shield of faith and picking up that resonant energy, and then picking up his warhammer, and he's gonna swing around and attack with all of his force on the Quickling. Does I get advantage? Do I get advantage with that?
I'll give you advantage because you're flanking, not because you were cool about it.
Well, you know what? I'll take it. Okay, place it. I need all the blessings. Place it. Here we go. That's 23.
That's gonna hit. Roll me some damage.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, one-handed with the bludgeoning. That's a 5, but
Okay.
then wait.
Yep.
It's a special action. I'm going to use Divine Smite And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to use Searing Smite.
Just
gosh.
just roll me damage on all of it. Just give me the damage.
Okay.
Give me the damage
Searing
total.
Smite. Okay, so it's so 5 plus 5 is 10, and then 2d8s. Here we go. Ah, yes. So that is 24 damage.
24 damage. Yeah. So you like have the blade slash across you and like bounce off your armor, and you like step back and you like shift your hammer to the side, swinging it all the way around you as you like take a side step back. Bring it up over your head, and all of the like energy from your shield of faith goes from your full body directly up into your arm, and then you see like the red, the gold glow form around your hammer, and you start bringing it down, and as you do, that red fiery glow starts to like light up on the front. You know how like when a ship re-enters orbit and it starts burning up? That's what your hammer looks like, with like this gold fiery energy. And you just smash the Quickling. Like, the Quickling looks up at the last second and just boom! And you see this, like, massive circle around the Quickling just get seared by that fire. Everyone within 5 feet is just, like, kind of temporarily blinded by that, by the smash. And you all have to, like, take a few steps back.
I'm gonna pat Monarch on the head for that one.
Monarch just like is heaving and it's like,
Combat is
I
over.
apologize.
Ugh.
I apologize for losing my temper there. That was unlike me, but
Oh yeah,
You heard-
my bad.
Can I put the fairy in a bottle? The dead fairy?
You want to put the dead?
What?
You want to put the dead sprite in a bottle? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
You can put the dead sprite in a bottle.
Sweet, adding that to the
Go
inventory.
ahead and add dead sprite to your inventory.
Adding a dead sprite.
Lord. Oh my gosh.
I like to picture that is just in your like bandolier of jars and bottles you have hanging on you. So there's just always a dead sprite hanging on you.
we
Just
love
a,
that.
A simple reminder for Azur that she took her first life today. Thank you.
A souvenir.
And with that, we are gonna end the session there.
For real?
Oh
Okay.
my
Yeah.
god.
Dang.
Oh my- We're murderers. We're murderers. We're murderers.
Guys, we all killed
The
somebody
party
today.
has officially taken their first lives, and you
But
have
for
to deal with
justice.
that. For
But
justice.
for justice.
And we are
For
going
justice.
to call that the end. Thank you all for playing. I have been your Dungeon Master, and thank you all for watching. Remember, if you missed any of this session, you want to come back, this will be posted publicly on Thursday on both Spotify and YouTube. And then we'll be back live again for episode 5 when we finally reach Cloudburn next Tuesday.
Yay!
Follow socials. We're Dice A Dozen Show on every platform. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next week.